Binance is by and far the largest crypto exchange in the world, which on average has about 10 times the trading volume and activity to its second closest competitor and almost double the search volume. Anytime a token is listed on Binance, it almost always immediately pumps hard. Now, XRP is already listed on Binance, as some of you watching this video have purchased your XRP through Binance. But this news is a shocking revelation and one that's very bullish for XRP holders. So in this video, we'll not only be covering what that news is, but we'll also be diving into the on-chain analytics as well as the price action to see what they're telling us comes next for XRP. We'll also be covering some of the new information surrounding the agenda for the Ripple Swell conference coming up on October 14th this year that will set the stage for an insane end to the year and a massive start to 2025. So if you're feeling blessed and bullish, comment 777. And if you're going to be the richest person in your family tree, smash the subscribe button. Before we dive in, a quick reminder that the opinions in this video are for informational and educational purposes only and do not constitute financial, legal, or investment advice. All investments, including cryptos, carry risks and potential losses. Always do your own research and consult with a licensed financial advisor. We are not licensed financial advisors, and relying on our content for financial decisions is at your own risk. By watching this video, you agree we are not responsible for any losses or damages, and we do not guarantee any specific results or outcomes. Some of the links below may be affiliate links, and we may earn a commission, which actually helps support this channel and helps us to create value-based videos like this. We also hold some positions in the cryptocurrencies that we talk about, but that's only because we do what we believe in. However, this should not be interpreted as a recommendation for you to do the same. With that said, let's get into the video. Okay, so we are going to start with the Ripple Swell conference agenda, and this is really big as they have some stacked players stepping up to speak at their conference. As this account, Wrath of Kahneman, says, Ripple Swell this year seems to have a broad sampling of speakers from large entities, more so than the last few years. Has clout been earned from the SEC case? And I would believe so. At least for the FIs, the respectable face of digital assets, do FIs care about that stuff? That's what he's talking about, FIs being the world of finance. And if you scroll down this list, you're going to see some big names like Shayla Baer from the FDIC, or the superintendent of the New York State Department, Adrian Harris, or maybe Tim McCourt from the CME Group, or Mazen El-Jundi from the global business head of crypto over at Revolut. I mean, this truly is a stacked group of people that are speaking at the conference. But then when you go and look at the agenda, it gets really interesting. So when we scroll down into the second day, we see something called Taking Stock and Crypto ETFs. Powered by Bloomberg, this session will discuss the evolving role of ETFs in the investment world and explore their future impact on market dynamics and portfolio strategies. In other words, they can't really directly tell you, hey, we have an ETF coming, if they do, because that would be illegal. However, the fact that they're bringing this up, especially near the end of this XRP or SEC lawsuit settlement, this is looking to be massive. And one of the key players that I'm looking at, aside from obviously this guy from Bloomberg or a Bitwise Asset Management CEO, we're looking at Tim McCourt, who is the Senior Managing Director and Global Head of Equities, FX, and Alternative Products, i.e. crypto, over at the CME Group. And when you check Tim McCourt out, he has a stacked resume. So not only is he the CME Group's Senior Managing Director, he was also the Senior Managing Director, Global Head of Financial and OTC Products since June 2023. He serves on the CME Ventures Investment Committee and the S&P Dow Jones Indices U.S. Advisory Panel. McCourt even worked for the Royal Bank of Scotland. So this guy is the who's in finance. Now, this is massive because Brad Garlinghouse himself tweeted something from the CME group, basically stating that starting July 29th, the CME group was going to list XRP dollar reference rates and real-time indices. Now, this might not sound like massive news, but I'm going to tell you right now, it is, considering the CME group does more volume than just about any other exchange except for the major ones like the NYSE or the NASDAQ. We're still talking an old exchange, which came from the Chicago Board of Mercantile. And here we have, we're talking 25 billion in a single day. The next day of volume, 24 billion. The next day, 30 billion. The next day, 29 billion. We're talking trillions of dollars in volume traded yearly. And he is the guy, Tim McCourt, over at the CME group that is likely going to be speaking about ETFs. Interesting. It sounds like they're going to be listing an ETF at some point in the near future. If not this year, definitely in 2025. Now let's talk about Binance a little. As you can see here, Binance just this last 24 hours, as volume has actually declined quite tremendously from March of 2024, is still sitting at about $7.8 billion of trade volume in a 24-hour period. And being that it's number one, it's still relatively small to something like the CME. However, over time, I do expect crypto exchanges to consistently grow. As you can see in this article, Binance CEO says crypto exchange saw 40% growth just this year in institutional and corporate investors. So at the pico top of the bull market, we can thoroughly expect this number to look more like $20 to $30 billion of trade volume in a single day. And that would be massive for XRP with this news. Now, this is one of the most interesting things that I've seen shared on XRP in recent history, as again, Binance is a lot of the money in the crypto market. So if something is doing well at Binance, or Binance has an incentive to, let's say, pump something, then it's going to go very well for that crypto asset. Well, Binance holds 2.75 billion XRP, but only 164 million of those XRP are available on the order books. This means there's a massive supply crunch. And typically when supply is really tight, as long as demand remains the same or increases, the price is going to go up as people continue to bid into it. When it continues to break out to new all-time highs, it's kind of like a frenzy or a flurry, or kind of like piranhas attacking blood in the water. Binance holds 2.75 billion XRP, so he reached out to their support team to inquire about how much XRP is available on the order books for retail investors. The response: Binance does not typically disclose the total amount of specific cryptocurrency available for retail investors on the platform. However, they told him that you can find the data and it is dynamic and can change rapidly due to continuous trading activity. But all he had to do was manually review the order books. And here's what he found. Okay, there are about 6 major pairs of XRP, and on average, okay, across the board, there was only 164.86 million XRP available of the 2.75 billion, which speaks to a major supply crunch. And here are the numbers behind that if you'd like to pause the video. This data is verifiable and is indicative of big whales eating XRP up to the tune of billions of dollars. And so I would argue a whale is anyone who holds at least 10 million or more XRP. In this case, this blue line right here indicates holders or wallets who have 10 million to 100 million XRP. And as you can see here, since 2023 and the end of 2022, in other words, through this entire bull run at the start of 2023, the big players have consistently been gobbling up XRP as the trend on these wallets has consistently climbed. And it actually looks no different for the smaller investors or the retail investors, anyone who holds between 1 to 100,000 XRP. And really, when you look at the current price, 100,000 XRP would be upwards of like $58,000 to $60,000. But through this entire period of time, since the local lows over at 50 cents, yes, the retail investors were kind of getting slaughtered. They lost a little bit of, excitement, if you will. They were capitulating. But since this point in time, right here at this local low of like 38 cents, even the small retail investors have consistently been accumulating, and the trend looks strong. So when you get a confluence of not only the major investors, but even the small investors buying something, that is a good signal and an indicator that there is a lot of demand. And what makes it even more important is the fact that when you look at the exchange reserves, and I'll just go ahead and put this on a full screen. Okay, so we're again looking at the local lows of July 8th at about 38 cents. Okay, since this point in time, the amount of XRP reaching exchanges has remained relatively flat and is actually down through this entire period of time, with a slight uptick, but relatively flat and currently down since that local low, which is a good indicator that virtually nobody is depositing XRP onto exchanges, which means it's going to create for another situation where there is a real supply crunch. Why? Because everyone is keeping it on cold storage wallets, and when people do that, it's usually indicative of the fact that they believe the price is going to go up in the future. So why would I want to put it on a marketplace to sell? I'm going to hold it for the long term. I'm going to keep it on my DeFi storage, hot wallet or cold wallet, and I'm going to wait for the price to go up. Now, looking at the price action, not much has changed obviously since yesterday, but I will say things are looking really good for XRP as it sits at a higher high of 59.7 cents. So yes, we are seeing a series of higher lows, right? Starting on July 5th, the next higher low coming in on August 5th, really interesting, about exactly a month later. And then the next major highest low, September 6th, almost exactly a month later. So we're consistently seeing a new trend form and develop. And I would like not to see a breakdown below this green line here. But what's really got me excited is not only the positive and bullish news or the bullish environment in Bitcoin and cryptos as a whole, but the fact that we just broke above that 59-cent range. Yes, we're squatting a bit, but it seems there's a lot of demand and buying right in this range here with these long wicks to the downside. So the fact that we have a long wick to the upside and above our recent high tells me it's extremely likely we're at least going to touch that 63 to 64 cent range, and that's going to be our next resistance. If we blow through it, it is possible that something like this happens where we blow through it, break down a little bit, and if we squat and start to play with this line again at 63 to 64 cents, I think all of that momentum is going to take us right up to 74 cents for our next major resistance. The good news is this is looking relatively strong to Bitcoin. Volume is declining into the move to the upside. So even if we get to this range and volume is still declining, that is a very positive indicator. As long as you see volume right around here on the breakout increase, okay? I want to see an increase of volume on the breakout above 64 cents. If we do, it's going to fly right to 74 cents. Now, that said, we are relatively strong to Bitcoin. This right here is the purple line right here, I would say, or the pinkish line is the relative strength of Bitcoin. In other words, if we were flat with it, it's because it's trading exactly the same as Bitcoin. However, since July 11th, it has looked relatively strong to Bitcoin. So whenever I find a relatively strong performer, I want to invest in that over other cryptos. Now, there are other cryptos that are outperforming Bitcoin or outperforming XRP, but at the end of the day, you do carry more risk in a lot of those cryptos, which is why it's so important to buy and hold quality cryptos with a strong community, strong holders, and something like XRP with good technology to back it up. Especially with the upcoming Ripple Swell conference, I do think we're going to see some positive catalysts that will drive the price right up to that 74 cent range. Now, what's exciting about that 74 cent range is it's really just free air directly up to the $1.40 to $2 range. So this is looking extremely bullish for XRP with all of the positive news, with the relative strength, with the decline declining volume as price continues to climb up to that 64-cent range. I just can't see any reason you would want to fade XRP right now, which is why if you are an XRP holder or plan to buy and hold XRP, the first thing you should do after watching this video is head on down to the link in the description below, bullrunners.com, subscribe. You'll land on a page that looks something like this. Now, on this page, you'll discover how to earn crypto in less than 10 minutes with the #1 play to earn XRP game. So it's a great way to put your XRP to work for you while you're sitting on it, right? Not only does it reduce your volatility because you're earning crypto, so if we see some volatility or maybe a little bit of downside or a black swan event even happens, right? You're still earning XRP, and then it allows you to compound on your bag in the case of a major bull market. So now you're putting your XRP to work. I think you have nothing to lose, everything to gain by simply checking it out. And we've shared this over and over and over again because not only do we believe in it, but we've seen community members alongside ourselves earn up to 1,000 to 2,000 XRP per day. And we'll prove it to you in these videos. So the first step is you get your XRP wallet. The second step is you get your rare game pieces. The third step is you play the game to earn crypto. The crypto is directly convertible for XRP. So head down to bullrunners.com to check that out. I look forward to seeing you on the other side. And if you learned something new and you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel, like the video, it helps us out. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video, my friend. Goodbye.